Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Last Cloudia video. My name is DK, and today we're going to be going over the newest unit, Great Hero Adel. Now, I did manage to get him on stream on Twitch the other day. It was a long road, a lot of boss killing. I went ahead and did all the world bosses that I needed to do. I basically saved those for the gems so that just in case something like this did happen, and it did. I managed to get one dupe of him with the tickets on the last part of there when we completed that one area, which was very nice. So I got one extra dupe. We do have one more dupe coming, so I'll be at +6 whenever that dupe arrives. I think it's either this week or next week. But anyways, we did get him. He isn't at full 120 yet. Now, I do recommend that you do max him out completely, along with his A8, Awaken 8, just because you want to get as much SCR as possible, just because he does scale damage cap off that SCR. We're going to go ahead and dodge the abilities today because you have seen him, and if you did watch my video on is he good or not, that is, I basically just talked about that. So as you can see here, my base stats are pretty decent. HP is a nice 15k, STR is almost 5k, defense is a little over 2500, MND 16, not really that crazy, but he does get really good reduction against bosses, so I'm not too worried about that because it's an all damage reduction. We are, ailment resistances, whatever. If it becomes a problem, go ahead and attach your resistances to help you out a little bit. Really, that's the only thing I can recommend. Right now, I haven't had any issues with him getting stunned or cursed or anything like that. So until that time comes, I won't really mess with that. This is just more of a general build, so you guys get an idea, because I have been playing multiplayer and I have seen some really awkward builds for Adel. Now, I'm not, knocking you guys for it. Some people are newer to the game. I get it. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about, this unit so that we can kind of point you in the right direction so you actually have some fun. There's actually been some great quality of life in this game, actually phenomenal quality of life. So hopefully more people stick around because I know people do get kind of frustrated with building units. And now that has become one of the easiest things to do. So starting off with the first trait, we have infinite power. Now we're going to go over traits and some skills. Now I'm going to try to do this as quick as possible because I don't want to spend too much time so we can actually get into some testing that I've done. When only one weapon is equipped, you get was one sword, fire, and light damage is plus 30%, damage cap 40k, no conditions there. Boost max HP, skill damage, and damage cap based on number of allies with fire and light. Now it does say at the very bottom here, count units with both fire and light as 2 units. Now I didn't want to dive too deep into that. I really just, kind of keep it simple. Run a fire, light, Reyna's light. Reyna's a great support. There you go. We have unlimited brave here, boss wave, SCR, and defense plus 50%. Now he does get just a great amount of stuff happening on boss wave. Really, he is the ultimate boss killer in the game. Just so solid, and honestly, waves as well. He's strictly mostly a PvE unit, so just really at the end of the day, just have fun with this guy. But of course, we want to do it in the most optimal way, and then from there, as you learn, go ahead and play around with what you have. So continuous Grand Brave, 35% to SCR, and then Grand 4 for some reduction. I did skip that part. Won't flinch from physical or magic attacks, and then we also have a damage taken minus 40. Now he does have anti-boss type, which means that on boss wave he pretty much has anti-type. He does come with an anti-type boost in his kit, so therefore you're set on anti-type on really anything in the boss wave. So really that's just, he's amazing when it comes to that. Normal waves, you're going to be deleting waves. Don't even worry about throwing on a Slayer during on the PvE side of waves. It's not even necessary, even if you don't cap for some reason, because there are some tendencies where you probably wouldn't cap, like let's say maybe like a stone type, a heavy stone type that has like heavy resistance. It's fine. He'll die. It's not that big a deal. So going over his equipment first, now you're probably wondering, oh, you're not running a light sword, you're not running a fire sword. At the end of the day, he's a dual element. So he's running fire and light. I want to always say maybe it's a 50-50 on his skill, half of it's light, half of it's fire. I do know from what I tested yesterday that I believe his final hit on his ultimate is light because I was struggling on capping with the 8 mil. When I did switch it to light and increase my special boost damage, it actually... I got over the 8 million mark. It's not an optimal 8 million. It was a little bit dumb to try and get, but we'll discuss that. I do have a setup for that, so we'll discuss that here shortly. Prime Brave, we have Godforge, physical damage taken minus 15, very nice reduction. Skill, 15% boost movement speed. This is like one of my favorite clothings out there. It's just absolute amazing clothing. I tend to use it pretty much on anything I can use it on. For this one, the accessory, now this one is a LR accessory on the Sonic collab, so not a lot of people are going to have this, but is one of my favorites because it does have skill damage and airborne damage, so kind of like a sky high effect. If you don't have this, just really use anything with physical damage percentage, or if you're having trouble surviving, maybe a revive effect. But at the end of the day, this is what I'm running: physical damage and then attribute weakness, because, sometimes we do have a fire weakness, sometimes we have a light weakness, and that's going to benefit. Of course, it only benefit that one type, but at the end of the day, like I said, even dual elements are janky sometimes, but for some reason, this guy does it really well. So anti-type damage is going to help me on the final wave, a boss. Really, that's really it. He's a boss killer. Why not get a boss setup? Really, again, as you can see here, nothing here light or fire related. It's all physical damage. Going over to his kit, we have the attack up max, fighting spirits. All this stuff is free. Heroism. Now we're going to only go over the most important things. Proud Force, if you're a newer player, this will recover your HP based on crits. It goes based off of MND. He has a pretty decent amount, so recovery is actually pretty nice. He does come with anti-type boost, so you can help with those boss fights. He does come with auto crit, so therefore you don't need to put on fast crit. None of it stacks. I did see someone using Twin Dragons. Do not use Twin Dragons. Twin Dragons is only for a boost of break, not crit. If you stack it with crit, it's a null void. It doesn't work. All right, so don't use dragons. Auto haste, we love it because it's free. Pride, STR. Flame Justice is going to boost your light and fire 30% and a nice little 20k cap. Piercing, very good. This is going to give you 10k cap and physical damage. It's all free. We're going to try and keep this a little bit quicker. All this stuff is going to increase damage cap, percentage and damage cap, special boost to help you with your special capping, boss capping, and then Unbreakable Spirit. This one's actually really good. So when unit is alive and all allies are incapacitated when taking lethal, survive with 1 HP and give seconds to nullify damage taken buff. This is actually really nice. It'll help you survive, and it can clutch you. It really can. So very nice that they included that in the kit. Hero Strike, when equipped with only one weapon, chance to boost skill damage to boss monsters 120, give capped 100k, and when dealing a critical damage cap 150% more. So, yeah. It is a chance though, guys. So I just want to make that real clear. It's not always going to happen. It is a chance. So that's really cool. So that chance hits, I mean, you're getting a massive hit. Now I have seen I was like a 300 and something thousand hit. It was fun. Again, it's fun. But if you want to build full crit, sure, why not? Again, there's multiple ways to build him. I just don't want to rely on that chance specifically. So I'm more or less going more for performance. So next we have Force of Nature, continuous speed and high protection. Therefore, you don't need to put on any kind of like fast protection, auto protection. None of that's going to stack. Again, this is one of the most important things for him because he does scale off of STR and gives you 2,000 cap for every 1,000 STR. So if you want to build for that fun STR build, then by all means, there it is. Dostracera, again, boss wave when HP hits 0, auto revive and restore HP twice per wave. So nice. Again, he's going to be very hard to kill on boss wave, which is very nice. But when he is revived, he gives 50% STR, skill damage 5k. So he gets a nice little buff for getting revived. This is actually really cool. Now, this is not something you see on a lot of units because, well, that's what the problem is with dual elements. So when fire resistance is at least 50 on an enemy, you get 100% fire damage. When the light enemy has a resistance of 50, at least 50 light damage. So this is going to help you cap whenever that you have those resistance issues. Damage cap to enemies with fire and light attribute weakness, you get a bonus for it. So 15k when both when both attribute weaknesses are there, it is a 30k cap. So we'll also demonstrate something like that here as well. This video is gonna be like 25 minutes, yo. So we have Sensation Strike. I think I said that right. Special final hit 50%. 2 million cap. Now, okay, well, here's the interesting part. So when all allies are incapacitated, critical rate is 100%. So your final hit will crit. It will be gold. And then your damage is 100% and damage cap plus 6 million more. Now, this is a fun thing to mess with. It's kind of niche in a lot of ways, but it is fun. And we'll talk about it here shortly. His E6 was really good. We have damage reduction. We have a 10k cap. We have another 10k cap. We have armor. We have some good defense. I wish that he actually scaled off a defense in some way, but he really doesn't. Skill and special damage to bosses, another 30%. And then this one, so you don't need to run Pirate's Feast. That's another thing we don't need to run, because on boss wave, he'll take care of himself. At the end of the day, you'll most likely be running some kind of support unit to give you Glass Record, Keen Eye, etc. Or if you're running somebody with a honey elixir or Weary's apple pie or WAP setup, you can go ahead and do that too. So, but he will get full skills on boss wave, which is very nice. So here we go with the actual build. So we have attack up 1, again, STR. These are going to help restore your SET, so when defeating an enemy. And then this will help you recover your MP. I am going to be running Sharp Eyes in this build, so recovering MP is really nice. I do like skill 1 breakthrough sets just because it's 2 SC and you get 2k cap. So it's one SC per 1k cap. This is very nice. So I went ahead and threw on 6 SC, and that's going to give me 2k cap for each skill. STR, again, skill charge 1. I'm only going to run 1 just in case we start the wave. We'll go ahead and knock out something immediately, build SET, and then from there we could just go ahead and continue through waves. And it shouldn't affect us at all. I don't need to run multiple skill charges. I don't need to run Pirate's Feast, just keep things rolling. This should be okay. We have attack up 4 for STR. Now, this is for my choice. Now, this is not something you have to do. I do like to keep the damage cap up a little bit nice. I'm a fan of it. So when I'm hitting fire weakness, I get an extra 3k. It's 5 SC. It's not that big a deal. And then I wanted to even it out. Let's see here. For this one, it's another 3k cap on high. So if I'm hitting both at weaknesses, I'm getting an extra 6k cap right there. Power counter is specifically for me. This is something that I wanted to show you guys that is available out there. So let's say you wanted to cast Great War Ruin at the beginning of the first wave just to carry through. You automatically get an STR 30% just for running a full special gauge, which is going to transition into cap. So you're just going to look cooler. That's all it is. It's flex. That's all it is. Now we get to the nitty gritty stuff. So braver, physical attack plus 20, damage taken plus 10. Honestly, the plus 20% for 5 SC is insane. We have damage cap and damage percentage. This is a little expensive, but I like it. This is going to help me with STR. That's really all I have it for, is the STR 50%. Chaos Emerald. This is something that I liked, and it's a really niche thing, but you can swap this out. This is a lot of SC. Now you can use this to build STR. You can put it towards something more physical, but for me, I chose this because for every 10 seconds, chance to very, very greatly restore your HP, but I love to get the STR 100% buff for 20 seconds. I feel like I can delete a boss in 20 seconds. I'm going to use this. Which at the end of the day, if it's a pretty easy boss or I'm playing multiplayer, you're going to delete the boss in under 5 seconds. So the next thing we have is Sword High Boost, more physical damage. Have you guys noticed that I'm not really using any light high drives? I'm not using light attack rays, nothing. We are strictly doing percentage damage. Sharp Eyes, percentage damage for MP. Purple Orb, again, this is a very old skill that many probably don't have because they weren't here for Devil May Cry. But if you do, Devil May Cry did provide this for free at one point for the collab. And if you have it, great. This adds an additional stock, just more DPS flowing. And then my final thing here is Sword Mega Boost, 2k cap, 30%. Like I said, this is actually only 1 of 4. It's not a lot that I put on here. It really isn't. I really kept it simple. Now you're probably like, oh, but is it going to cap? Well, we're going to go and test that here shortly. Again, no light weapon, no light upgrades here, nothing like that. So again, I'm gonna do this for you guys in slow motion. Not slow motion, but I'm gonna do a little slower here so that you guys can see the build, just in case you want to come back to this, and then we'll dive into the actual demo here. All right, cool. So now the first thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna go into a boss that is kind of it's weak to both. At the end of the day, it's weak to both. Let me see here. So we'll go. I'm not going to do transitions. We're just gonna talk and play, right? At the end of the day, let's do that. So we do have world map here. Let's go ahead and load this up. I had been messing around with this guy. It's just fun to do this. And then we're gonna do some demonstrating too, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what we're here for. So let's do, what is this? And protector. Yeah, this is fine, right? I think this is the one. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna take Reyna because Reyna's light. Now we're gonna do something interesting with team synergy. Nothing too crazy here. So right now we do get damage percentage cap based on light and fire units. So I am running this awesome team here, right? We all know who they are. They're really great. Annie unit this year, last year's and I think last year, a couple year Annie unit. I can't remember. These Annies are just all melding together. And Reyna, we just got for free pretty much if you were here for the Star Ocean collab. So with this said, we have Great War Ruin already there. Maybe we can run something else on. You know what? Let's run something else on it now that we have Great War Ruin. It's a demo. So we're going to actually just do kind of like a damage cap thing. Now, I don't have this thing fully maxed out, but we're going to go ahead and run it anyways. Okay, so this arc right here. Now, as far as arcs go, let's go ahead and talk about arcs real quick before we get into this. So best arcs that you can use for him. Now, if you're doing Pursuit build, I would definitely go with Heaven Bowstar. Okay, this thing is going to help you pursuit damage with criticals. You can actually crit the final hit as well on his special, so that's really cool. It's like an extra. If you manage to do like the 8 million hit, it's about an extra 1.5 million additionally. So it's about 9.5 mil at the end of the day. But this is just really good. It's a really nice arc. It's got some crit effect it's for bow stuff, but anti-type effect, weakness after crit. So you can use this. If you're looking to increase the STR, Terror of Grounded Seas gives you a 45% stat at the battle start, but it does return to baseline over time. Another great arcs that you can use for him are going to be his featured arc, which I don't have at the moment. One of my buddies did tell me it's a really good arc for him. Very high STR as well. Soul Blade, very good. You're getting, if you have a +10, huge damage cap against bosses, giving all allies damage cap. It's a great support arc. The next one we could use is Demon Lord. Very good. Again, this is more of a selfish arc. Gives you skill damage 35%, damage cap +10k, but also gives you revive and damage reduction along with another skill damage on one weapon only. So we have a skill damage effect 20k instead. It's just a really great arc. This actually doesn't really help you at all, except if you have other allies that don't have Grand Brave, but I think all my allies do have Grand Brave, so that's not going to help us at all. Other than that, great arc. The next one we can use here is this one's a little, you know. We have Archfiend Eldravana. Now, this is a great for boosting your STR. Of course, you have to go through waves, though. So if you don't go through waves, this is where it kind of falls apart. Up to 10 waves, pretty much, is what it looks like. So it's actually, I don't know. I don't know how much STR gives you per wave, but yeah, this will help you scale. But like I said, you'll have to go through waves. Even MP multiplayer matches are only 2 waves, so I don't really see you getting too much out of that. But that's also really good too. Other than that, as far as that goes, anything with physical damage, really. Those are, but like I said, this one, the 45 STR is it's gonna help you cap a little bit more. But for this video, we're gonna be using this one for damage cap. We're just gonna be having some fun here. Megius is going to help me with this right here, an extra 2k cap right there. And then this one is going to give us a nice little cap too as well. Reyna, these are, we have a light unit, a fire unit, and a light unit. What's cool about him though, is Megius is an enabler. So and he's going to enable me to give me more cap with the Sky Charisma. So this is going to give me more damage and damage cap. So really we're all helping each other out here. So we're going to go ahead and start this quest. So this boss is weak to fire and light, so we are hitting full on weakness. So we're going to see what damage cap looks like on weakness. Now this is going to be physical, no light damage cap or light percentage damage in this, or fire. So we're going to go ahead and start off with Radiant Sky Charisma. This is going to give us more damage cap. We're going to go ahead and launch all of these nice little URs. Three Emperors. And then we're going to throw on Soul Blade. And then because I am running Power Counter, we're going to go ahead and run Great War Ruin. So this is going to boost more STR. Now we'll go ahead and take a quick look at my stats real quick. These are all my buffs. These are all my buffs on right now. Right now we have 12, 5, 6, 5 on my SCR, which doesn't seem like a lot, right? But we're gonna see damage cap here in a second. All right, so now we are gonna hit this dude. So as you see, he is severely weak to light and fire, which makes him which actually makes Adel really good for this fight. So we're gonna start hitting. So we had I saw 300,000 there. And then we'll go ahead and finish off with the special. Now see how quick that was. Now he just really is. And then because everybody's still alive, we are still going to be hitting that 2 million cap right there. It did not crit because everybody's still alive, but still 2,100,000, 1,500. Yeah. Okay, so I glitched this out last time. It might happen again. I don't know if it's killing him too fast or whatnot, but okay, he actually died. So before I started this video, I actually glitched out this whole fight. Okay, good. To where he was dead but still attacking over and over again. All right. All right. Okay. All right, so that's really what damage cap. As you can see, now that was hitting weaknesses, of course, but even at the end of the day, that's still pretty dang good for having no additional light percentage or fire percentage. We can actually go into Bahamut. I know we all like to test on Bahamut just because, and I like to test him because he is just highly resistant against a lot of stuff. So we'll do Godforge, Bahamut. But he is becoming a little outdated, so this is kind of an awkward one. But at the end of the day, he is still resistant. We'll take our same squad in, minus Reyna. No, we want to actually run it. So I can't believe you could just skip battles now, which is crazy these days. All right, so Bahamut. So like I said, we start with that S1, S1, kill. See how we start building based on that already? It only took that one skill charge to ramp him up. And then we're going to get to boss wave, and we're going to be fully charged again. See, that's why... oh, actually, we have one more wave. But see, we're already 2 S2s. That's 3 done. Only one skill charge. You don't need to run quick trigger. It's a waste of SC. You don't just really that 3 SC on that skill 1 is going to be perfect to get you ramping for waves. And then now we're on boss wave. So let's go ahead and take a little quick look at his resistances. So we are 50 res. So at this point, because he's at 50, we have 100% fire and light damage. Along with, so basically we're covering our bases on all of our, if we were to stack those attribute damage percentage ups. Like at the end of the day, it's just not, like I said, we don't want to, I'm not trying to be wasteful here. So now we're going to start. We'll go ahead and do what we did earlier. So the fact that he has 9 million health. We could actually one-shot this guy in an if I were to do like maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do it. Yeah, you know what? Let's see if we can do this. That'd actually be the final part of this video. Let's try to one-shot Bahamut. Let's see here. Okay, so now we have setup. Yes, we have his charisma on. Yes, and then we are good to go. Okay, so we want to make sure we're capping here, and judging by the looks of it, we are. So it looks like 2 S3s, and he's done. Yeah, he's done. 205, 205, 218. At the end of the day, we're above 200. We're above 200 too. Like, you know what I mean? And of course, mine's at 104. So if others have, if you have that extra SC, like a plus 120, I have seen a lot of that, plus 16, plus 20, plus 30. At that point, then you can go ahead and start stacking more attribute pluses on him. See, mine's more of a budget build because I'm broke. So that's why I stayed away from all the percentages. I just didn't want it to be off balance. So let's try and do that one more time. So we know he has 9.5 million health, right? So let's go ahead and switch over to the suicide team real quick. And this is what I'm going to come and demonstrate his suicide. Let me see here. So I'd really like to go ahead. So if they're going to suicide, I really would like to do that extra. I really would like to do the extra hit, but let me do this. I don't think we're going to be able to one-shot him. We're going to get close. The only reason I say that because I can't bring a support into this fight. If I had one support that gave me Great War of Ruin, this would be a lot easier because I could run a crit build and then pursuit the final hit. Therefore, I would be above. I'd be above the 9 million mark. But we're not going to be able to do it because we can't bring a support in here. And I have to suicide them. So this is just a suicide to show you what the thing is. But I definitely don't want to. I want to get the max amount of damage because I have noticed that if you don't boost his special damage, it does struggle a lot with the cap. Especially with him being resistant against it, it actually might give me some trouble capping. But we're gonna do one attempt, and then from there you guys can kind of figure it out on your own. Let's see here. So we're going to take off this, and then we're going to do special damage. Let's see here. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Special damage. Oh, here we go. Special boost. This. We'll do a breakthrough. Oh, no. You know what? This is only cap. No. That's a cap. Shield, stock. Okay. Okay, so we do know that last final hit is light, though. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to go ahead and take off. We're going to do some light percentage ups. All right, so let's go ahead and do some light. Wait, what the heck? Light percentage ups. See, we don't need purple orb. We don't need sharp eyes, but we'll keep it on there because I don't want to mess around with that. Don't need skill charge. Actually, we do need skill charge for waves. We don't need this or this or this. And then where are the... There we go. All right, so we're gonna do Mega Drive, High Drive, and maybe we can squeeze in an attack raise. And then we'll remove, again, this is a niche situation. Let's see, power counter, we don't need this. We don't need braver. And we don't need, I know there's something here. Oh, we don't need chaos. Okay, so that gives us what, a couple XC? We can probably do like a, probably do like a light drive, right? I can do like a light drive. Yeah. All right. All right, cool. So this is going to give me... All right, so this will be the final part of the video here. We're at 27 minutes on this video. I don't want to go too long on this. But, you know, Last Cloudia is more of a discussion than anything. I do like to keep things rolling with the discussion. So we do have everybody capacitated. We're still doing good on caps, guys, and we're still good at recovering SCT. So he's still performing just as good. All right. I kind of want to see. I know for a fact we're not going to be able to one-shot him, but we are going to try. And yeah, that's probably not going to happen. So everybody's dead. We are getting... Now everybody does have to be dead for this. Okay. All right, so we're gonna start this off and see what we can do. Oh wow, we did it. Oh my god. It actually was not expecting that. Okay. He can one-shot Bahamut. That was a 50 res. Yeah, that was 50 res right there. That's a great way to end the video, I would assume, right guys? Okay, so again, that is the suicide super there. A massive 5 seconds. Okay, now the last thing we're talking about is the paid shop. Should you go for the paid weapon? Because that is important to talk about, because I know people are asking, should we go for the paid weapon? Is it worth it? Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, this paid weapon is very good. If I was going for the paid route, which I'm not too sure if I'm going to even do that, because my setup is just fine the way it is. And also, again, if you're a newer player, these weapons do become available after like 6 to 7 months, so we most likely will be seeing this for the Crimson shop on the 6th Annie. So if you didn't want to wait, then by all means grab it, but it is a very great weapon. It is a 35% fire and light, 10,000 cap, guys. That's huge. And then an additional 5,000 to bosses, so 15k, which is probably our highest ever damage cap weapon, and then a very nice STR, which is actually even more damage cap because he scales damage cap off of STR. So this is a phenomenal weapon. They didn't just cheap out on the STR. They were like, we're gonna give them a teeny weeny bit of defense. So that's very nice. It is a light weapon, but it does cover the fire half of the fire percentages as well. But yeah, other than that, that is the only weapon he has. It's a great weapon. If you do have the extra money and you wanted to throw it at that weapon, it's fantastic. Other than that, I feel like we've covered all the bases on Adel. Character's absolutely fun. I am having a blast them. I'm a PvE and PvP guy. I like to play around with different boss fights and whatnot. So guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to throw them in the comments below. I'll try to answer them as best I can, to guide you in the right direction. But you guys have a safe night. I'll check you guys on the next build video. Peace.